If you've ever lost weight just to gain it all back, we're gonna go over 5 of the biggest mistakes that I've seen my clients make and then what we did to avoid them going forward. If you're new here, hi, my name's Noah and I'm a personal trainer with a bachelor's of kinesiology that specializes in weight loss. And all of these mistakes tie together in some way or another. So if you're making one of these mistakes, there's a good chance that you're gonna be making multiple of them. And without wasting any more of your time, let's dive right in. The first mistake that I've seen working with clients is just focusing way too much on that number on the scale. And you might be thinking right now, this guy is a idiot. I want to lose weight and he's telling me not to pay attention to the number on the scale. Jackass. But before you click off, just give me a chance. Just give me a chance. Just hear me out. You've probably heard that a pound of muscle weighs more than a pound of fat. And that's kind of true, but it's also kind of BS. Because let's put it this way. What do you think weighs more? A pound of bricks or a pound of feathers? Seriously, just think about it. I'll give you a second. Well, it's a trick question because they both weigh a pound, but that pound of muscle is gonna take up much less space than that pound of feathers would. And in this example, muscle would be the bricks and the feathers would be the fat. And now you might be thinking, what in the actual does this have to do with losing weight? Well, that's a good question because most people say they want to lose weight, but what they actually mean is they just want to lose fat and look lean, which means building muscle. And if our muscle is more dense than our fat, we could actually be losing fat while we build muscle without actually seeing that number on the scale go down at first. And right now, there's probably a pretty good chance you're wondering, how do you even know if you're losing fat and building muscle? Or maybe you should get one of those fancy scales that gives you the body fat percentage and stuff, right? Well, you could get one of those scales that gives you the body fat percentage and all this extra data, but I would take that data with a grain of salt because those scales typically aren't the most accurate, but they can be good at seeing your trends over time. So what I do with my clients is we take physical measurements along with their weight. So let's say that I have a client that wants to lose stomach fat. We'll take a physical measurement around their stomach along with their weight. Because if they're losing inches around their stomach, but the number on the scale isn't going down, they're still trending in the right direction. And we'll also focus on the physical changes they're seeing in their body, which can be done through progress pictures. Maybe they're starting to see some more muscle in their thigh, or maybe their arms are starting to look more defined. And then we'll focus on the weights they're lifting in the gym, because if they're continuing to lift more weight or reps, they're still improving. And these are all ways that we can see progress without necessarily seeing that number on the scale go down. The second mistake that I see working with my clients is them trying to out-exercise a crappy diet. This chart right here is called your TDEE, and it's a breakdown of where you burn your calories in a day. And if you want a full video on that, let me know down in the comments below. But exercise is only that tiny little sliver up at the top. Not only do you not burn as many calories as you think you do through exercise, but it certainly is not sustainable to try and out-exercise a crappy diet. And when it comes to losing weight, majority of that weight loss is gonna come from your diet, with only a little bit coming from your lifestyle factors. And at the end of the day, if you're still eating more calories in a day than your body burns, you're not gonna lose weight. The next mistake that I've seen working with my clients is when they only wanna do cardio to lose weight and avoid lifting weights. Look, I get it. Before watching this video, you thought you had to burn as many calories as possible during your workout. And you might think that lifting weights isn't as productive as doing cardio because you're not burning as many calories during that workout. But the goal of your workouts shouldn't be to burn calories anyways. And I could make an entire video on the benefits of strength training alone, but I'll keep it short and just give you the Spark Notes version. If you wanna look lean or toned when you lose weight, you need to have a muscular base to reveal. Otherwise, you're just gonna look really skinny. Building muscle actually helps you burn more calories doing nothing, which means you literally burn more calories just sitting on the couch watching Netflix. It improves your bone and joint health, and you might think that's a stupid reason, but it makes you way less likely to get injured, which means you're not gonna get sidelined by an injury. And the biggest benefit that you'll get is the improved confidence you're gonna get from that improved physique you get from the extra muscle. And to answer a couple of quick questions you might have, if you like running or doing some other form of cardio, by all means, keep doing that. If you hate doing something, you're not gonna stick with it long term to see the benefits from it. And if you don't know how to get started with lifting weights, I have a beginner workout short that I'm gonna leave linked in the description below. The fourth mistake that I see working with my clients is not paying attention to what they're doing on the weekends. They'll be perfect Monday through Friday, and then the weekend rolls around and they let loose and then say what we're doing isn't working. But what they're forgetting is all the takeout meals or the dinners where they blow over their calories for the day, or too many alcoholic beverages to even count, or even becoming a couch potato for the weekend. And no, just one day of overeating isn't gonna kill all of your progress, but consistently doing that every weekend is really gonna limit the results that you're able to see. And without a doubt, the biggest mistake that I've seen my clients make is just trying to lose weight too damn fast. This usually results in them putting the weight right back on shortly after stopping doing whatever it is they were doing. Now, there isn't necessarily anything wrong with trying to lose weight fast, but that fast weight loss is usually the result of these extreme, unsustainable changes to our lifestyle. And that's why we see the weight start to creep right back on shortly after they stop doing whatever they were doing. So to combat this with my clients, we take a much slower approach where we're only losing a pound a week on the high end. And sometimes we're not losing anything for that first couple of months because our focus is just on building muscle. But when we do that, something funny starts to happen. Instead of seeing our weight loss look something like this, where we see a sharp drop off at the start and then that weight creep right back on shortly after, it looks more like this, where we don't see much of any weight loss at the start. But then after our positive habits start to accumulate, all of a sudden we see this more radical drop off sustained by a plateau at our goal weight. And this slower process can definitely be more frustrating, and it isn't flashy for social media, but it's the method that's gonna get you those long-term results that you're looking for. And those are some of the biggest weight loss mistakes I've seen working with my clients. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. And let me know what you thought of this video. It's my first attempt at a longer form video, and I'm trying to make it easy for the average person to understand.